First thing you want to do is you want to make sure the power is off. Just make sure. I know it's tripping the breaker, but make sure the breaker's off. Second thing we're going to do is we're going to disconnect the ozonator. If you don't know where the ozonator is or what equipment you have, you can either follow back the cords to each equipment, or behind the door should have all the schematics. There's pump 1, circ pump, ozonator, pump 2, and AV. Don't worry about AV, you probably won't have anything. The last thing you want to do is disconnect pump 1. It's the very last thing you're going to disconnect is pump 1. So when you have the ozonator disconnected, turn the power on. If it stays on, it's your ozonator. If it keeps on tripping, we're going to continue the next step. Keep the ozonator disconnected, go to the next thing. If you have a blower, disconnect the blower. Try the breaker. If the breaker stays on, it's your blower. If it trips, keep the blower disconnected. Make sure the breaker is off. Even if it tripped, just make sure it's off all the way. You might have 3 pumps, 4 pumps, whatever. You're going to go from the highest one. So 4, disconnect that. Breaker, 3, 2, 1. If you disconnect everything, keeps on tripping, don't disconnect pump 1 yet. We're going to go to heater. Disconnect the heater. So it depends on what spa pack you have. You might have to take the 2 nuts off at the top. Make sure that the leads are not touching when you turn the breaker back on. The Balboa packs, most of them, will have this clip. Clips on the bottom. And you just connect it out of the way. Same with the leads, whatever spa pack you have. The 2 leads, move them out of the way. Make sure they're not touching together, not touching anything. Try the breaker again. If it trips, we're going to disconnect the pump. But wait, if it stays on, then it's your element that needs to be replaced. Last thing, we're going to have pump 1. Very last thing, if it's tripping, you disconnected everything and it's still tripping, they're going to disconnect pump 1. Try the breaker again. If it stays on, it's pump 1. If it still trips, before we get to the next step, it will not be your light. It will not be one of your sensors. Next step, make sure the power is completely off. I know it keeps on tripping. Just make sure it's in your mind that it's off all the time, all the time. Okay, for this final step, you're going to have to get an electrician to do this. The wires that come in from the breaker, so the breaker is going to be off. You're going to have the wires from the breaker, they're going to be in here. If these are disconnected and it trips, it's going to be a GFI. If it stays on, it's going to be a board issue. But I suggest strongly to get an electrician to do this side for you.